road to success, what were the greatest challenges that you faced?
So I think one challenge is simply believing in yourself. I think, building confidence as you go along. When you try challenges that are not clear what the outcome will be, it's, one has to have enough confidence and I would say also persistence to keep going when things get tough.
So how exactly did you get over that self-doubt?
That's a good question. I think one way is simply building up some confidence, putting yourself out and just looking at what happens. It isn't always that one is successful. I let myself be inspired by people. And so, I had a teacher in high school that was a wonderful chemistry teacher. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll become a chemistry teacher. And to do that, you had to go to college. And so I applied to colleges, and I wound up going to one near my home because I got a full scholarship there, and money was an issue in my family. And then when I got there, I found that I was kind of a klutz in the lab. And so I was also, of course, taking math, because math is necessary for all of the sciences. So I was taking calculus, and I had a really wonderful math professor who happened to be a woman, and that became my new inspiration too.
So what do you think the significance of computer science is in today's world?
I actually think computing has pervaded all the other areas, intellectual areas and practical areas. It's really changed our lives. As I said, I started out in math. I didn't really, I just kind of lucked into getting into computer science at the right time where the field was just really starting. Mm-hmm. When I went on to graduate school, I found that I got really taken with theoretical computer science, and so I switched my thesis topic area into that, which is also very mathematical, but really became more interested in computing and what its limits are, and how difficult it is to solve problems, and how one can think about categorizing problems in terms of those difficulties, in terms of resources and time requirements and so forth. But then I went to IBM, and at that point I really became, I think, a computer scientist, and worked on some things that were practical, but still a lot of research. I think now it's hard to find areas where computer science hasn't made a giant change in what's going on, from the arts to the social sciences to the hard sciences. And just in terms of day-to-day living, we just take for granted many of the things tools that we have now that are all based on computing. But I think in terms of studying computer science, what one learns is really how to think about problems computationally.
Thank you so much for your time. It was great talking.